Moving on for now, unpaid work. It might sound like a combination of words that just should not exist, but it does, in different forms. But why are we bringing that up today? Before we answer that, let me just ask you this as well. When I said unpaid work, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Well, you perhaps already know what I'm talking about. It's to do with what's happening in households. Unpaid domestic work, caregiving activities, how are they divided among men and women? Let's tell you what a survey has found. The Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has published the Time Use Survey, which, as the name suggests, basically measures how Indians spent their time from January to December 2024. And what does it tell us? What was found? Well, quite a lot. But let's just dive straight into one of the things that stood out for multiple reasons. It revolves around unpaid domestic work. Basically, the figures tell us a lot more about what's happening as far as the domestic work division is concerned. If you have guessed already, they tell us how women continue to take the load of the vast majority of unpaid domestic and caregiving activities. You know what the second most time-consuming activity for men is found to be? Leisure and socializing. Sure, why not? But contrast that with the second most time-consuming activity for women. You know what that is? Yes, you guessed that right. Unpaid work. It sure is a stark, rather uncomfortable contrast. In fact, for women, the second most time-consuming activity is unpaid domestic work, including household chores and caregiving, which, by the way, takes away 19.8% of their time. And just to give you a sense of how stark the contrast really is, men spend only 2.7% of their time on unpaid work. And just to break this down further for you, while a woman puts in around 7 hours for household and caregiving activities, 7 hours, 6 minutes to be precise, you know how much a man spends? 2 hours, 43 minutes. Just compare that. 7 hours versus less than 3 hours. Now, while you chew on that, let this be a reminder of just how deeply this contrast is entrenched in households and how that needs to change bit by bit. For us, the takeaway is simple. It's time for men to share the load. For those who are not already doing that, here's some food for thought. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.